yo, 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 yo,
Yeah.
yo, ho, ho, ho. Who you calling a hoe?
You know?
UNITY. Yo, 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 yo. Yes. You never know where we're gonna yo. You know what I'm saying?
The queen.
But I will say this: the more you yo, the more you grow. Okay.
Oh,
so
shit.
The more
hold
you
that.
yo. Boom, bing,
The more
bing,
you grow.
bing.
We're gonna yo a lot today. Yo, yo, you. Welcome you. Welcome you and you and you and you and you and you and you. This is the Latinos Out Loud podcast.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Whoa.
I am a voice on this podcast, and that voice has a name, and it's Rachel.
Oh.
What up, and this is Jay.
And this is Frank.
Ooh, Frank,
Yeah.
you got your shower singing
Yeah.
voice out. Wow, that's
Mhm.
exciting. We're here, Frank. You're bundled up. I take it you're not on a beach because you're bundled up.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little cold out here, you know. It's getting cold out in the East Coast right now, you know.
Although, I mean, in New York, I've seen like people bundled up to the beach, wearing Timbs at the beach. That's a New York thing.
That happens,
you know. Yo, I don't know. If you're going to the beach in the winter, you're going to do something no good.
No, in the summertime, you see people with Timbs on the beach.
That I can't understand that.
I mean, sometimes you might have stomped somebody out, and maybe in the summer, so you got to have your Timbs on all the time. You never know; it could get crazy out there, you know.
I mean,
interesting.
You might be, sometimes you wear them to the beach. You don't have time to, put the flip on, so you keep the boots on, you know.
I've heard of curb stomping, but sand stomping.
Yeah, right.
Yo, don't wear Timbs to the beach, bro. Come on.
That's a Bronx thing, you know. It's just a Bronx thing.
I think it's like secretly, like they might be self-conscious about their legs. Maybe they skip leg day and they wear jeans and boots. They wear baggy ass jeans and boots.
That's true.
Yo, but I'm not really, trying to show shorty my ankles and shit. You know what I'm
saying? I don't want to show my ankles or my cankles or my chicken legs, or you know what I mean? Or I got a scar coming down my left leg. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know.
Yo, they stabbed me right there. I got a scar, son.
Maybe they sensitive.
Yo, my ex-girl's name is on my calf muscle and shit, so I don't really want her to see I Love Melody on my calf muscles. So
Melody.
Who's that? And what I see on the back of your leg?
I see that. You think I'm stupid?
I got a J-Lo and A-Rod Forever tattoo, and it just hasn't really aged well.
That's a really interesting topic. Tattoos are permanent. You know what I'm saying? Just remember that. I mean, they're not so permanent anymore. You can get them, but that's a big procedure, I hear.
The laser surgery thing, yeah.
Yeah. Although how are you guys doing though? How are you feeling? That's the most important question before we get into any of this podcast stuff.
Feel good.
I feel great.
Whoa.
I feel great.
Frank is
very
sprucey.
That's that ginseng Spanish fly. I feel good. Wow, Frank.
The Spanish fly. Fly tetas.
Frank is loud and proud with how he feels.
And proud.
Well, this is a loud and proud episode because
what? Is it?
Is it loud and proud? I'm proud every time we do Bochinche Bites. I'm
so
proud.
Yes.
Another Bochinche Bites episode.
Wow. I love Bochinche.
I've been waiting all day. I've been waiting all night. I've been waiting all day. Bochinche Bites. I've been waiting all day. I've been waiting all night. I've been waiting all day. Bochinche Bites.
Need it, Jamie. Do you understand? You're like a drug. People need you in an
Bochinche. I need the Bochinche. It's like a coffee, yo. It's like the freaking coffee in the morning. I need a freaking Bochinche, yo.
Yes.
Okay, let me look at the newspaper.
Give me with the dopamine. I need it, yo.
Bochinche.
Let me peruse. I'm perusing the papers and seeing if there's any
Conchole.
stories that pop out. Oh,
Help
John
me.
Leguizamo's in the news.
Ooh, this guy's always like in the mix. Like this guy's like always like pricking. Like, what's up with John now?
He's very opinionated lately. He has a lot of opinions about Latino representation. He wrote like an op-ed piece about how Latinos need to get more on-camera roles and behind-the-scenes roles. Basically, just like there needs to be more Latino representation in Hollywood. That was what the op-ed piece was about, and he passionately wrote it. And so a lot of people really, kind of, it was received well by the Latino community. They were like, "Oh, finally somebody says, does this." But this specific story is that he's kind of pissed because he did that movie back in the 90s, Super Mario Brothers, based on the video game.
Yes, the Italian brothers.
Right. So he played Luigi. He played
right. So he can't talk shit, right? He played an Italian dude. So I think people started saying, "Yo, wait a minute, you played an Italian dude. So what the fuck?"
Well, I mean, he has spoken on that where he's like, "Look, yeah, but it's usually the opposite. Like
that's true. You're right.
There's the exceptions here and there, but for the most part, it's usually the opposite. Anyway, but for this one, he's kind of mad that Chris Pratt got the role of Mario. He's saying that a person of color should have gotten one of those Super Mario roles, Mario or Luigi, like he did. Right. And a lot of people, Italians, are like, "Hey, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
These are Italian plumbers. What are you talking about? Doing another Latino plumber, bro."
Calm down, kid.
Aren't you guys mostly supers? You know what I
mean? with the keys, ching 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 a ling a ling.
Got on your keys and your key ring.
Your key ring.
Not one of them works. I know how you use it.
None of them work.
Like walk around with all those keys. The ladies love the keys. Ladies love the keys.
Ladies love the keys. Your place or mine or every other person in this buildings, I have them all.
I'll see you in 4D. It's vacant right now. Meet me there with no clothes on.
Wow. So I'm usually down with Leguizamo, right?
Yeah.
I think this is not the hill I would die on, this Super Mario hill, or the toilet I would clog on, or whatever kind of plumber metaphor. Because it is kind of weird. Like nobody really knows what he means. Like, so Italians are like, or people are saying, does he want an Italian? Because Chris Pratt's not Italian either. Is he saying that an Italian should have gotten that role? And is he grouping Italians as POCs? Or is he saying they should have given it to another Latin person because he paved the way for a Latin Mario brother in the original film? So I don't know. It's a little it's a weird argument he's making because it's kind of like nobody really knows what his beef is with this. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and at the end of the day, yeah, a lot of people don't think Chris Pratt should have been. Chris Pratt has no ethnicity at all. He's just a quarter Pratt.
Quarter Pratt.
He's. I mean, and Chris Pratt's a good actor, but he doesn't really. He wouldn't have been my first choice for Mario. I would think Mario would be like the video game, like it's a me Mario. It's a beat. Hey, I'm here to fix your toilet over here. But he's also a big star, and big stars get the roles. So and there is a lot of POCs in the overall voice cast of the Super Mario Brothers movie. So that is positive. So again, with Leguizamo, I love that he's speaking out for the Latino community in Hollywood. And how we need to be represented more, but leave this Super Mario Brothers shit alone. Like the original movie wasn't even that good.
May I read an excerpt from his open letter to Hollywood for those that haven't heard it yet?
Yeah.
Here's an excerpt of it, and you can find it in its entirety on John Leguizamo's Instagram page. And it's titled Open Letter to Hollywood. So I'm just going to read the last couple of paragraphs because I think some of these points are eye-opening, and I think that we do have an advocate in John Leguizamo for the community, and I appreciate that aspect of it. But he says this. All of the excuses boil down. I'm not going to do it in John Leguizamo. Here I am just trying to do it. No. I'm going to read it neutral. Okay.
He'll be offended by that, yeah.
Right, yeah, and I love him so much. Okay. All of the excuses boil down to the simple fact that the big decision makers do not care. They will profit no matter what. So why change the system? The fact is that Latinx audiences do support Latinx content. In 2021, Latinx ticket buyers made up 57% of opening weekend sales for Encanto and 40% of sales for In the Heights. We show up, and not just to the theater. We are streaming in big numbers too. Last year, Latinxes embraced diverse content in the family, animated, horror, and fantasy genres. And because we skew young, we make up a huge audience for tween and young adult content. So where are our coming of age stories? There's a fix for this. Cast more Latinos. We are nearly 20% of the population. So for every 10 characters, 2 should be Latino. For every 10 executives, 2 should be Latino. For every 10 crew members, 2 should be Latino. For every 10 films, 2 should be about Latinos. He says, you may think Lin-Manuel Miranda, Bad Bunny, J-Lo, Benicio del Toro, and John Leguizamo are the only ones, but you are wrong. There are millions of Latinos, and we were just among the few to be allowed through. Moving forward, we all need to be counted, represented, and valued.
This is getting deep, yo.
Yeah. No, and I agree with all that. But maybe not necessarily in Super Mario Brothers. Moving on.
We would love to have John on the show.
Yeah,
we had him once before to have a quick discussion when we were live in Miami at Hispanicize. Or was it LA? I think it was.
Damn, you're right. It was LA. It was LA.
Okay, it was LA. But I think this warrants a really big conversation. And I hope that, we continue to have this conversation, be it with Johnny Legs or about him, without him. I think what he's doing for us is monumental. And I think just having a voice that has broken through and for him to be so vocal is admirable. I really appreciate that. So hats off to Johnny Legs.
Yeah.
Hats off to Johnny Legs, and hats off to another guy in the news, Pete Davidson.
Pete is still around. Damn, man.
He's dating now actress model Emily Ratajkowski. Ratajkowski. She has like a crazy ass name. She should be in Super Mario Brothers. She got hey, Ratajkowski over
Ratajkowski.
No, if you don't know who she is, she's like famous model. She was in the Blurred Lines video back in the day. That Blurred Lines with Robin Thicke.
Yes, Robin Thicke.
She's kind of one of these women that is, like a Kardashian, where she's kind of known for being known. And so again, it's like he's gone. It's another woman that most people would say, oh, another woman out of his league, right?
Right.
And Howard Stern had actually some advice for Pete Davidson. He was like, he has to be careful because he's dating all these A-list women. And he says he fucks so many women, he's going to start to get the reputation that he's like a bee. He pollinates and then goes.
Ooh.
He's like, he also said, you don't want to become the guy who just fucks celebrity girls. So he's got to be careful. So he's basically, I don't know if Howard Stern knows the word player. He could have just been like, stop being a player. But basically, he's saying Pete Davidson needs to probably date a non-famous woman. Eventually, right?
I'm not a player. I just fuck a lot.
But again, it goes back to why is Pete Davidson so desirable to a lot of these well-known celebrity women? Like he's, is it the big
D, yo? Maybe it's the big D, yo. He got the big D. He got the big schlong.
Let me see that slong. I like
Oh,
the way you wiggle. Da-da-da-da. I like the way you wiggle. Da-da-da-da.
I feel like it helps his
Baby,
mental
that's
health.
slong.
Slong, the slong.
I think it feels like it probably helps his mental health when he's, you know what I mean, because like he's in the news a lot when he's not with dating someone. There's news where he's feeling depressed and he's having a tirade and a trailer. Like there was something where he left the show he's doing pissed off and he left in the middle of the filming. And then he starts going out with like a well-known celebrity woman, and it's like, oh hey, it's like pills it's like his medication.
Right.
You know, so maybe women are kind of like his meds.
His drug.
They're better than meds.
Yo.
if most guys with mental illness could just start dating A-list actresses.
I'll say it again. The power of the P. It's
the power of the P.
Yep.
The power of the P. And for both men and women in this scenario. There's a lot of power. There's a lot of P's.
And the PU.
Yo, let's shout out former Miss Puerto Rico and Miss Argentina secretly got married, y'all.
Yo, I saw that shit, yo. Congrats to them, man. Blessings,
yo.
The
came out about their marriage on Instagram.
Qué lindo.
I mean, obviously they're both pageant winners, so Pete Davidson is like,
yo, Pete Davidson must be he want to be in there for sure.
He want to be in a three-way marriage with them.
What?
And hey, but
yo,
I think it's cool. I think it was a cool thing to see, like these pageant finding love in pageant. Wow. I mean, that's actually
two beautiful women marrying each other. That's like, what is that? That's like,
I think they should write a script about that. I would watch a romantic movie about two pageant winners who get together and fall in love. I think that'd be pretty fun.
But wait a minute, hold on. If they were to like actually compete on the same stage, they'll probably like break up. Because you know how it is, Rachel, you know there's women very competitive.
Well, they were a year apart. They were a year apart. So like one was 2019, one was 2020. If they were both in 2019,
that's why they messed up. Okay. If they were against each other, forget it.
The foreplay must be crazy because it'll be like, yo, I'm gonna start out with the evening gown, part of foreplay, and then we're gonna do swimsuit.
Wow.
And then at the end, we're gonna have a personality interview.
They did away with like the swimsuit stuff, right? Like that's no longer even a thing in the
Damn, they took that off. Why am I even watch that now?
Did they? I feel like that's like an important part of it.
That's the most important part for me. Like,
did I make that up? Maybe I made that up in
man. You with the gender wars and all that stuff. It's in your brain, man. The pageant thing is the most important thing for the guys. Like, if there's no pageant thing in the swimsuit, there's no reason to watch it for guys.
Like, yeah, what do you replace with swimsuits? Like, you know, I don't know.
It's the hazmat competition, right? Like, ladies are gonna come out in their self-designed hazmat suits for today's hazmat. Fuck, I'm gonna get a nut off to this shit. Yeah, I know how that.
A plastic suit.
I mean, I don't like if you're already doing the pageant thing, like you can't. Like a lot of the videos are just them walking on the beach in swimsuits. Like I don't know how you just change it up.
Makes no sense.
I could be wrong, but I thought that they did away with that stuff.
Maybe the swimsuits are not as skimpy, right? They're not as revealing.
Man.
Maybe like a swimsuit with like shoulder pads or some shit.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
Or a one piece that like your aunt.
Oh yeah,
cool. Like the one piece with the like ruffle. All Latinas love ruffles.
Those are so ugly.
You ever noticed that?
They're terrible. Why even wear that?
Ruffles on everything.
Like what kind of questions did they have like on a first date? Was it like beauty pageant questions, you know, when they ask like what would you do to make the world a better place? Well, I would stop all wars and have people share and love each other.
Yo, what a relationship.
I just want to tell you the fact on this as a follow-up. In 2018, to diminish the emphasis on physical appearance, pageant organizers of Miss America scrapped the swimsuit competition.
Ew, my God.
However, Miss USA and its sister pageant, Miss Universe, have no current plans to get rid of them.
Good. I like that.
One of the pageants got rid of it.
Oh, interesting.
Look, yeah, the pageants do have the physical stuff, but they also have like the personality stuff. Like I think they cover all angles, so I don't think it's like one-dimensionally just about like how they look.
Okay.
I always
they got
wanted
brains.
To go,
good.
They got beauties with brains.
Beauties and brains. That's good. That's good.
What'd you say about brain? Oh, they have brains. I always wanted to compete like in some sort of pageant or competition, like and twirl my baton. You guys know how much I love to twirl my baton.
Yeah, the last episode
you twirled it.
Your
you twirled it already.
Skills.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Donald Trump used to be like he used to run one of these. I don't know if it was Miss America. I think he used to run, right?
He ran the generals. He ran a football team with cheerleaders and a whole bunch of football teams back in 1980 something in Jersey. So
right, but but I mean, he ran the one of the pageants. And
right.
He would actually go up and speak.
You're right.
Yeah, he would go up and speak like, "Oh, these women are tremendous."
Yeah, Josie just said Miss Universe.
Bosoms and
he was all over them like a cheap suit.
Oh yeah, and that was kind of gross because he was being very obvious that
touchy always. Wow, you look very great. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
He was trying to grab them by the blank.
Always sweating.
Like, yeah. Is he really running for president again? The grab a girl by the pussy man is running.
Yeah. He always had like that orange sweat coming down while he touched the girl. Yeah, come, yes, you, yes.
Yeah, he's a dirty old man. And speaking of dirty old man, the last bite is
damn, man.
There was a man who celebrated his 100th birthday with a raunchy lap dance at a strip club.
Ooh, what a way to go, yo.
Yeah, this guy Giancino Jack Poma.
What Poma?
From Texas. Yeah, he had a weird ass name. And he celebrated his 100th birthday with a lap dance in Dallas. His daughter told TMZ that a strip club was the perfect place for her elderly father to celebrate his birthday, as he loves two things in life: women generally and boobs specifically. So, this is a man who knows what he wants, right?
Very simple guy.
That's
a very simple man.
He's not gonna hold back on what he wants.
Very simple.
Frank, what would you want to do on your 100th birthday? Would you want to
same thing this guy just did? If I went out like that, I'll be the happiest man in the world. This guy went out the right way. I mean,
so
what I always say is women, weed and wine. After women, weed and wine, there's nothing. That's it.
Go out, meaning like in your final years, guys.
Yeah, that's it. With a lap dance and a beautiful chick on top of you. Come on, like that's every guy's dream. Hello, come on.
He hadn't been to a strip club since his youth, and
oh my god,
and he's a widower. He had I mean, he's 100, so I mean,
he made it. Good for him.
So he probably never hasn't had like a crazy
erection in a while. Rachel,
well, I don't even know.
Why are you looking at me, Frank? What do I
mean, we spoke about this like the older guys. Maybe the erection doesn't. Maybe he hasn't had erection in maybe
all
years.
the Viagras in the world. I don't know if would lift that one. Yeah.
Oh, God bless him, and rest in peace to his wife, Eleanor Roosevelt. You know, whoever. I can't believe these people are celebrating at the strip club at 100. Jesus.
100 years old. I mean, wouldn't you be scared to just get on his lap? Like, he's so brittle.
To break it.
Yeah, like his bones will just crush.
Osteoporosis, yo.
Yeah, yo. You sure you want me to get on you, Daddy? You sure?
Daddy.
This guy puts the pain in the champagne room. He was like, oh, this hurts. Oh, wait. I mean, like,
hey,
no, you know what? Like when I went to that strip club for the bachelor party I went to, it's like the people that there's the regulars there are so like crazy because it's just like they're on a first name basis.
Slimy, huh?
They're on a first name basis with these strippers, like they're friends.
It's not even Jamie, sexual. We miss you.
No, it's like, oh, hey, Ronnie. Oh, hey, Anastasia. How's my favorite titties doing? And And then she'll get on, she's giving a lap dance or having a casual conversation. She's like, yeah, so my dog has diarrhea. And we had to take him to the vet. And the guy's like, oh, for real? Wow. I got a vet. I got a recommendation if you want. And she's just rubbing her, her ass in his face. And they're just having like a normal, so it's like almost like they're friendly and there's no.
Yeah, it's like a regular friend.
Sexual thing going on
Anastasia,
there.
here's that recipe for the goulash that you wanted from my wife.
She calls him like Uncle Ronnie, and it's like, ew, what? Is that really your uncle? Like, what is happening right now?
So weird.
And like they probably have a tab, ready to go. It's like, I'll put it on your tab. Don't worry about it. While I'm in the corner, like counting, I'm asking the stripper, like, so how much for one song? I'm literally trying to negotiate my lap dance.
Are you flexible? No, don't do a split, honey. No, I mean with the price. Are you flexible with the price of this?
Okay, do you have Zelle?
Do you have Zelle?
I got one more. It's not Cash App. It's a Cash WAP. You know what I'm saying? Wet ass pussy. Cash App or Cash WAP me. You know what I'm saying? I prefer the Cash swap.
Oh man! Oh shit, Rachel. They'll maybe come out with these terms now that you put them out here. You never know, yo.
Just give me a little credit. That's all I ask.
That's all. Oh,
well, that was great, Bochinche Bites, Jamie. One time for
Jamie, man, that shit was amazing, my brother. Wow. Woo!
We did it. We did it.
Oh my Lord.
So yeah, luckily I had this newspaper in front of me.
Jeez.
Wait, what newspaper? May I ask?
What's that?
The New York Times? Gazette? I don't know.
The Gotham Gazette. I think
Uptown Journal. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Uptown Times. I hear
Uptown News.
Uptown News. Junket.
Well,
the Village Voice. Remember the Village Voice?
Oh man, that was the best.
The biggest. Voice. It was free, but it was like the thickest freaking newspaper. Like you had to.
That was the Bochinche of New York back in the day, yo.
I was like, it felt like 3 papers in one. 3 newspapers.
Yo, but you knew that paper used to tell you all the inside shit that was all the dirty shit that was going back in New York back in the days. All the fucking like strip clubs, all the dive bars, all the dirty shit in New York. You found out through there.
Poppin' events.
Shout out to Michael Musto, man. He ran that shit. Like he's big. Yo, man.
The classified section was crazy at a Village Voice.
That's right. Yo, I found mad chicks on that shit too. The classifieds, I found mad chicks on that shit. What?
Wow, Frank, thanks for coming clean about that. Hopefully the rest of you is clean after that too.
Your voice, your choice.
Wow.
Your voice, your choice.
Classifieds to hook up the Tinder.
Yeah, it takes a village. It takes a village for Frank.
Takes a village like that.
A correction earlier on. I said I think Trump ran Miss America, but Josie, our producer, Josie Melendez, wrote that it was Miss Universe that he ran. So.
Gotta love the fact checking that happens here at LOL. I love that. Well, guys,
we're official now. We're becoming very official.
Remember, Mark Anthony cheated on his wife, who was Miss Universe.
Yes, Dayanara Torres. How can we forget?
It's like. But what does a woman have to do, like, to not get cheated on? Like, she's literally Miss Universe.
I mean, geez.
And he's like, you know what?
I still gotta cheat on you, girl.
Not good enough for me to be faithful. Yeah. It's like, and I'm not even dissing Mark Anthony. I'm just saying.
But where do you go from there? There's no Miss Galaxy.
What?
Like, bigger than that.
Being Miss Universe is not enough. Okay. But,
she's the baby mama or a baby mama. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Shout out to Diana.
Yeah, she's still doing her thing.
Who's, by the way, I'm gonna do a shameless plug. I've been to her house. I was invited into Diana.
I'm about to say, did she know you were in her house?
Yes. I was working a gig for People magazine, and her sister is an acclaimed author and child expert. She's into the whole mommy world. Her sister, Ginny Torres. Shout out to Ginny Torres, and check her out. She's got books. She's got blogs. And I used to work with her on some like promos that we did for Huggies. And literally, she's like, I'm at my sister's house. Come through. And I'm like, oh, you mean Miss Universe? Okay. Be right there. Put on lipstick, because I feel like you cannot show up to a beauty queen's house.
I gotta look good, yo.
Yeah.
And what did you talk about?
What are you talking about?
I was there just scooping up Ginny, but it was nice to be, welcomed inside the home, and she was
I'll
actually
be like,
very
oh shit.
hospitable.
That's so
very nice.
cool. I'd be nervous talking about you nervous. I'd be like, I mean, it's just great to meet someone who's, who's the queen of all existing matter and space and the cosmos,
Ooh.
I appreciated her homeschool setup. I admired that, and just the fact that she's a really dedicated mom. So that was really cool. Anyway, I'm not going to put her business out there, but shout out to the Torres sisters, Dayanara and Ginny, doing their thing and repping for Boricuas.
I'll be like, yo, shorty, the universe is like believed to be at least 10 billion light years in diameter, right?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's been expanding since its creation in the Big Bang about 13 billion years ago. Shorty, you know what I'm saying? I know everything about the universe, yo.
Big Bang, bang, bang.
The Big Bang.
Oh, my universe song is getting me so hot.
Oh
like
my
a star.
God. You know so much about the universe. Find
I'm
out.
as hot as the sun right now, but I don't want you to be 93 million miles away from me. Come closer. Okay, we can talk science facts a lot, because we're geeks here. But this has been a great episode featuring Jay Ferns and the Bochinche Bites. One time for Jamie Fernandez. Guys, this has been amazing. Any parting words? No?
Jamie,
okay, great. Wonderful.
Amazing.
We'll just keep it moving.
Yeah. No, I'm need to drink water now. My voice is parched.
Yeah, you just gave us a lot of bites. You were biting a lot.
I was biting off a little bit more than I could chew. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Wow.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Latinos Out Loud. Make sure to follow us at We Are Latinos Out Loud across the socials, but on Twitter, it's Latinos Out Loud _ You could also call us at 978 Latinos No Big Whoop. Follow me at Rachel La Loca, Jay Ferns, Nibs 0125. That was all said in one breath. Thank you so much for tuning in. On that note, we out!